Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. It has been quite a week. It's been quite a week. Daunte, you both walk in, you get a table. Rashawn, how long was it before you asked to use the restroom?
Immediately, as soon as I walked in. And she stated that they were for paying customers only, and I just left it at that moment.
And the response was, you have to buy something.
Yes.
Then you go and find Daunte. You're at the table. What happened next?
We're at the table. We sit down. We're just talking amongst each other. She then comes from around the register, walks up to us, asks if, she can help us with anything. Can we start with some drinks or water or something like that? For when we have bottles of water with us. So, we're fine. We're just waiting for a meeting. We'll be out really quick type thing. And that was it.
So approximately 4:35, you arrive for a 4:45 business meeting. According to 911 accounts, a call was placed at 4:37, approximately 2 minutes after you arrived, to 911. What did you think when you saw police arrive, Daunte?
You can't be here for us.
So when they do approach you, what do they say and how do you react?
Well, initially, as soon as they approached us, they just said we have to leave. There was no question of, was there a problem here between you guys and the manager? What happened?
When you were arrested, did they tell you what you were being arrested for?
No, not at the time. He wasn't read any rights. Nothing. Just double lock, handcuffs behind our back, and escorted out and put into a squad car.
Why do you both think that store manager called 911?
Well, Robin, you're asking them to have an opinion about somebody else's intent. The facts speak for themselves. There's not a single witness that says that these young men were misbehaving in any way, and you can see and hear that on the video.
Well, the video has been viewed almost 11 million times, and part of it, Daunte, you can see that you're talking to the police officer. What were you all saying to one another?
I was just trying to, process the situation to myself at the time, because I'm thinking about my family that I have, my community. So in that moment, I'm trying to process what's going on, because it didn't really hit me what was going on, that it was real, until I'm being double locked and my hands behind my back.
Daunte, did you at some point offer to call the person you were supposed to meet with? Because I know he's shown on the videotape.
After the first time, they walk over and they say you have to leave. I say, we're here for a meeting.
What is the business meeting about?
It's a real estate meeting.
Okay.
We've been working on this for months.
What do you say to some people who say rules are rules, that Starbucks has a policy, you violated that policy, the police asked you repeatedly to leave and you didn't? How do you respond to people who say that?
What I say is I understand that. Rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And that's in any situation, whether there's race involved, anything.
And Robin, I'm sorry, but what is that rule? Starbucks holds itself open as a place for people to meet and to have public conversations. Those are words from their website.
The CEO, Kevin Johnson, said he has met with you. Can you divulge what you all discussed?
We approached Starbucks and suggested that we engage in mediation with a retired federal judge in Philadelphia. And they agreed to that proposal, and we are still involved in that process. That process requires confidentiality.
What do you want to see happen here, Daunte?
I want to make sure that in this situation doesn't happen again. So what I want is for a young man or young men to not be traumatized by this, and instead motivated, inspired.
And what do you want, Rashawn?
So, take this opportunity as a stepping stone, to really stand up and, show your greatness, and that you are not judged by the color of your skin as our ancestors were or anyone else. This is something that has been going on for years, and everyone's blind to it. but they know what's going on, if you get what I mean. And, you know, just really taking those actions and putting them into place and, you know, help people understand that it's not just a black people thing. This is a people thing. And that's exactly what we want to see out of this, and that's true change. So put action into place and stop using your words.
We appreciate you using your words here with us this morning and this discussion. And it has to be more than dialogue, as you said. It has to be action. And we appreciate your willingness to be a part of that. And Mr. Cohen as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we know Starbucks has announced already that they plan to close 8,000 locations for an afternoon of racial bias training.
Who hasn't spent 2 minutes waiting in a Starbucks?
2 minutes, and I think when people hear that, and the fact that he called the business person that they were going to meet at 4:45. They got there 10 minutes early. Yes, he asked to use the restroom. He claims that he was never told that you had to leave. He just said that he was told you have to purchase something. But that being said. This is a moment where there has to be change.
Have they decided what kind of action they're going to take?
I did ask their lawyer, Stuart Cohen, if they had planned on a civil suit of some sort against either Starbucks or the city. They said that's not what they're thinking about at this time, that they want to be a part of the process. Remember, Kevin Johnson, the CEO, said that they wanted those gentlemen to be part of the process. They say they're still working that out, and they were going to allow us, GMA, to follow along and follow up with them and see how that process plays out.
Fascinating story.
And hopefully, you know, Michael, come on.
2 minutes. I mean, and as you said, he said in the piece, actions, not just words. And I think that's what they're looking for, to see a real change, not just with Starbucks, but I think with
It's a societal issue.
Society,
You just can't label it on Starbucks.
Yeah.
And we'll stick with it all the way.
We will.